Hi everyone, this is my wife.
This is my wife.
Mwah! And let's eat.
Let's eat. But first I want this.
Yeah, I know, we're absolutely hooked on those ones.
Yes. Totally.
Yes. Just hooked. This is double yolkers, which is awesome.
And if you keep this carbonated water in the fridge, it gives us a little bit coolness, and the bubbles are just like ooh la la.
Ooh la la.
Ooh la la.
Ooh la la.
Out, good.
The egg, take the egg by yourself because I'm afraid to break the yolk.
Oh, the bubbles go in the glasses.
And the glasses on the nose.
Blissful. The egg.
The other day we went to our local grill restaurant and we had breakfast. So Regina said, oh, I really want to recreate what we had. So that's what we did. And she actually had it with mashed potatoes and not with
Hash.
with hash. So she said, oh, I really want mashed potatoes. I really want, you know, breakfast for dinner. I really want. So I said, okay. I'm really going to make it. Give me please the artichoke.
Yes. I said, oh, I want what I want. That's what I want. Thank you.
You're welcome, honey. I'm happy to make it.
Yeah, I'm like, hash, I don't want hash anymore.
No, she said, no,
Had
not
enough hash in the not so far past.
Yeah. I know that the garlic shoots, Korean garlic shoots kimchi is not exactly
I don't know if I don't know if marinated artichoke hearts are, but
and salsa. But I really wanted mashed potatoes with salsa.
can I keep it here?
Thank you.
Oh, definitely.
Mashed potatoes is so creamy. Oh my.
They're so good. I just don't want them marinated.
Ooey gooey egg yolk.
I don't want marinated thingy go all over my food.
Deep.
Yep. Oh, mushies. Mushy.
I love the variety. I really love those big variety meals.
And I'm like, well, we have double yolkers. Oh, no.
I'm not particular on cooking those big meals because you need everything to be hot and at the same time to be done.
And then take a picture at the same time. And she's like,
I know. Because
move.
Move here, move there.
I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm coming.
Move,
and I'm not moving very fast lately. Okay, I'm coming.
Don't want even to talk. So good.
Well, don't some people say we talk too much?
Oh yeah.
Maybe we should talk less today.
As it is.
The mash, you totally smashed it. Nailed it.
Thank you. I tried. It's creamy. I remember that I have cream at home.
And I always like something pickled. So I was like, pickles, no. Olives, no, don't want olives. No, capers, no capers.
Actually, garlic shoots is amazing with them.
I'm sure they are. Are they? Oh, there you go. You can see them. There you go. And I was like, she said artichoke hearts. Like, yeah. Perfect.
I have pretty extensive pantry in here. So every time I'm going to pantry, I can suggest something.
I was thirsty. Yeah, we do have an extensive pantry. I need some salt for the egg yolks. Thank you. But you know how sometimes it's like, what do I want? What do I want?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, they want this and this. I'm like, no, I don't know if I'm hungry. And it's like, oh, I know what I want. Again, I don't do it very often. Just, you know, like sometimes you just want something.
Actually, other way around. Usually, she doesn't have really opinion what to cook.
I usually don't mind what to eat.
No, but a lot of time I'm really happy when she's like, I really prefer her sometimes to say, okay, I really want this, this, and this. And I totally prefer when you do it because
but a lot of times
she does it quite rarely. Like very, very excitedly, like saying, oh, I really want this or I really want that.
Yeah, quite rarely.
Like usually I'm asking her like, do you want this or this?
It's
And
like,
she will
I
say,
don't
oh, I
mind.
prefer this or I don't mind or something like that.
But nothing specific. I said do whatever.
Rarely it's like,
Because normally I can eat whatever. But today I was just like, Yeah. Actually, funny enough, it started with another thing. Remember in high school,
oh yeah.
and obviously went to the same high school, just as friends.
We know each other most of our lives.
Anyway, so on the lunch break, they would open this, wasn't cafeteria, it was just like a little,
It's called cafeteria, but
there was a,
it was booth.
there was a little booth that they sold a few things. And one of the things they sold was like a white bun, sliced open, and inside they had bologna and or mortadella.
Mortadella.
Mortadella was sausage. And inside were like thinly sliced pickle strips.
Yeah, and she loved it.
I loved it so much. I don't know, the combination between mortadella and that pickle in the white bun, I was just like, oh. I loved it.
But I always loved, what's his name? Burekas.
Well,
Cheese
yeah.
burekas.
Oh, they're lovely. Something about that bun, I don't know.
But this was my always favorite. Cheese burekas, I think, and pizza burekas.
Did they sell those?
Not in our. We
That's what I
always
mean.
went to outside of the school on the recess, and it was bakery. Really, like if this is the school, so on the corner they had bakery there, and it was always success.
Okay, but it wasn't in school.
No, it was near school.
But that one, oh, often I would just buy two. I loved it so much. Something between mortadella, pickle,
And we had huge school though. Like it was like 1,000, something close to 1,000 people.
That big?
It's always been so big. So that's what we.
And I was terrible, too many people.
It was a lot of people. It was huge school. It was middle and high school together. So
It was grade 7 and up.
and it was pretty much the only school in the area. Because the closest other school was pretty far away, so it's covered, I don't know, 70,000 people or so,
That's
and
huge.
all of the kids went to the same school basically.
It was too much for my personal liking.
And it was busy. Like, it was so big, and I had friends that she never met in the school.
I was a serious introvert.
Yeah. But still, we even didn't know.
No.
And she was only one year older than we are, so that our class, like.
I wasn't.
Huh?
I wasn't.
Not you, she was.
Oh, she. Okay, no. Yeah, no idea. I was too busy, and high school wasn't my kid. All this drama. Couldn't relate to it.
No.
No.
I
Didn't
wasn't.
like it? No.
I wasn't the drama here and there.
I don't know. I really disliked it. Seriously.
Yeah. Me too.
Oh, I
I
disliked
like
it way more than you.
No, yeah. There were 3 weeks that I decided not to go to the school. But it was a little bit different era. Today, after 2 days, people will call you, and then
I did the same. It was I so didn't connect to all the environment of high school, and in reality the teachers, like, once in a while you have really, wonderful teachers, but by most part they weren't. And I'm like, you know what, I could sit at home, open the books, and I can study myself and go to the exam. I really didn't need to be present in classes. I could so do that, and I did it many times. Even when I was present in school, I was like, so bad. Not me. On the other hand, I did finish high school. I do have my high school diploma, went to higher education, so I could totally, make sure I have the grades and everything to do what I needed to do.
To minimum extent, yes. No, you was better than me.
I was a good student. I didn't have to put too much effort in order to succeed.
Too much. She's exaggerating.
No, never had to.
She never had even a little bit. Like, she was like just a bit. If she can get by, she was doing like just.
I know.
That's what she did. The food is marvelous.
What's marvelous? Share? Are you done? Do you want one more sausage?
I want
I'll give you artichoke.
artichokes.
And I really appreciate for eating from them. Plate. It's great. So good. Yeah. And because it was like we felt the way we felt, and we had so many teachers from our personal experience. But I think, what was my biggest problem? Because I think my love for school was killed very early in my life. Like, born in USSR, like, seriously.
All of us.
You know what? It's totally killed it for me. Because, when we were little, we had to wear this brown uniform, yeah, with white apron.
Sit like
this huge bow thingy on my head, and my hair was, like, seriously short.
But you have to have a bow.
But you have to have this huge honky thing. It was like on this rubber bandy thingy that they attached to my, like, this much of hair that I had on top, because you have to have it, and there is no way to attach it with pins and stuff. And then I had to sit like this, straight back, raise our hands, and barely breathe. So I was just not. They didn't do it for me, and I think that's what totally didn't do for me. I think if I would grow up in a more open environment, like, like in Israel when you came to school, or Canada, kids can actually move, you don't breathe, and you don't sit them, right away at those desks like little soldiers. I think that was just a total killer for me. It's totally like scarred me for life. Seriously.
As much as I was struggling, Like I was, frankly, I wasn't too struggling. I could get by. That's why I was diagnosed way later, because it happens to a lot of, especially girls. They can get by with the learning, and I could get by not easily, but it took me a little bit. But I found friends that was reading to me, and all the time I did something that to overcome my dyslexia. Well, not overcome, but you know, to work with it, compensate.
But that's what happens a lot, because in some people, unless you're learning a disability very severe and you really can't mask it, often you could until certain grade, right?
Usually, you know what? I found that usually girls tend to mask it better because of the social. They easier talk themselves out of the like assignments, or found friends that can do part that I couldn't do. Let's say I was excellent in the research, but I couldn't write it at first. So I had friends that I did all the research, let's say, and she did all the writing in the end, which works for both of us. She couldn't care less, but again, I found I had to be very creative with just a little bit.
Well, that's what you do, right? You compensate.
Oh yeah.
I personally didn't have learning problems, but with me I was reading really fast to the point when I couldn't even, like, I could read a page and had very little clue what it said in there. So I actually had to stop myself to read slower or read the page twice. Like, not now.
To eat today.
Huh?
I think you're forgetting to eat today.
I think I was reading good.
She's forgetting to eat. She's like,
And now I get passionate.
Passionate about
When I get
this
passionate, I get this
wind.
I know, and I sound so serious, like a school teacher. It's kind of weird.
Know.
And I do get like that sometimes. Not sometimes, a lot. When I get like this, I sound like serious, like I'm giving a lecture. Nothing I can do about that. That's just like been like this forever.
I know.
Weird. It's funny.
Yeah. So good. I know, it's good. It's really good. Don't rush. Eat.
I'm not rushing. I'm hungry. It reminded me I forgot to eat.
Yeah, I know you did.
I thought I was doing good, but then I got carried away.
Yeah, she's very passionate.
And now I get like that.
Oh. So for me it was other way around, and I had to have like friends and people that around me. And I got this friend that I was so lucky. She was reading for herself when she learned. So you can imagine that I was learning with her all the time. No, it's yours. I have more.
Later. I don't think I can be able to squeeze so much. And the water, I think I was dehydrated or something.
Yeah.
I love this water.
So the school was, especially the high school, it's huge. It was like, really. I think in every grade it was about 11 classes, and it was 40 kids classes. So it was pretty huge school, like really huge school.
And it's true, you could have been gone for weeks and no one would say anything. That was good.
That was good. After 3 weeks, they told my parents, and they wanted to send me home. So my grandmother said, "What the stupidity? Because how it can be that, like punishment for not being at school, they send you at home like for another 3 days."
That's awesome. Her grandma is a very strong-willed woman.
I have no idea.
That's where she gets it from. But she's like a mighty woman.
Yeah, my grandmother, she is. So she was like, what? How come? Like, instead of like, you wanted to avoid the school, so how come we punish you by letting you avoid even more school?
Damn. Victoria's like, damn.
So
You're
yeah.
going home.
And the funny, like, my parents were working, she was at home, so she said to me like, no, a couple of times, but really, those time well spent with friends, you know, games, friends, card games.
You know, with me, it's even worse. Because my parents got divorced, so my mom was working and she had this other boyfriend, so often she would not even come home. I was kind of home alone. And I would not go to school. It was definitely 3 weeks, if not more. And then at some point they knock on the door and left a note at the door. I'm like, uh-oh, okay. And then I showed up to school and that was it. And they wanted to send me to counselor or something.
Counselor, even not social worker.
No, but I don't even know if I went or I did when. No, I went one time, you know, made a very sad face, you know, shed a few tears, you know, a little bit, you know, girl drama. I could do that.
Yeah,
And that's it. And nothing was, actually my parents never found out. That's how the system was.
You know, my parents did find out.
Oh.
Yes, they said to me like, you know, you're not going to go blah blah for another so long.
Boy.
So I didn't went. But it was time of exams anyway, comes like afterward. So I went to my friend to learn. So pretty much.
You had your social life.
Huh?
You had your social life.
Yeah, it's pretty much was like, or the friend came to me a couple of times. I came to her most of the times, and that's it. And you have to understand, in age of, it was 14, 15, I had to walk to her house for about 35 minutes, I think, or to take a bus.
No, it was different. But mind you,
she lived in another city, and I went to school. I went to school since I was 7th grade. It was 12 years old. I went to school for about 25 minutes to another city to school.
I did the same. I walked for an hour.
Yeah, I know.
Because we moved at some point and I could take the bus, and sometimes I would just, I think, okay, I need exercise, you know, once in a while. So I would walk, it was like about an hour.
Yeah,
From the house when we moved, it was very far.
I remember that
it was completely on the other end of the city. It was like
it was a third city, like
yeah,
like it's small cities, like one to next to each other. But I remember that I started to walk. It was like 35 or 40 minutes, and by the end of my school, I did it in 17 minutes. I almost was running all the way. I was walking in such fast pace that by the end of the school, I could do the same distance in like 17 minutes.
But we grew up in totally different environment. When we were little, we would go outside and play half of the day, all day, and we've not been seen and no one watched us. You know, we just like roam free, whatever.
I know that in Israel, with all the problems in Israel, until these days, it's way easier. And the kids, until these days, in the age of 10 and up, are playing outside in evenings and
I know when we went back and I saw those kids walking in
buses,
in buses like those little kids, and then remember in old Akko, those little kids like half Ariel size and well quarter of Ariel, let's say, walking with their backpacks. I'm like, oh my god, you know, you forget how it is because here the reality is so different.
Yeah, we would get a knock on our door from social workers if our 7 years old would go to the school that I think like 4 minutes from here. So yeah, but there I saw, you know, you remember in Sfat, there were kids about seven and down, like up to I think 3 or 4, with, you know, girl, like sister, she was like going with them from school on bus. But the society is different. The society is helping. So yeah, they always ask where you are going, kids, and they remind them to go down. And usually the bus line is the same person. So he already knows where the kids going. So they try to seat them next to them. Yeah, but it's society's thing.
I remember when I used to be late for school a lot.
No.
No, yeah,
Really?
badly. I remember I was getting off the bus and walking. After the bus, I had to walk like, what was it? Another 15-20 minutes? It was like far. No, maybe 15. Okay, 15?
It's
10? 10 minutes from the bus?
Minutes if you
Well,
walk slowly.
Well, there are two crosswalks,
This is
so
the problem.
big ones. So it was about 10 minutes. Depends, you know. And funny enough, I was walking, and there were like train tracks. And then I saw my physics teacher driving his Mitsubishi. And I'm like, uh-oh.
Now I know I'm
And I
late.
start running, and I'm like, and then, because he ran so fast, and I'm like out of breath. And then I come like, oh, I'm late again.
It happens too. A lot. So yeah.
Anyway, we survived, we did good. So you see, there is hope at the end of the tunnel, and I think we turned out okay.
Or not, but it's... Oh well. Oh
Okay
well.
enough.
Okay-ish.
But it was different reality, you know?
It was different
The kids will push it as much as they can push. And if, you know, if we were not censored, it was not a big deal. So, it was fine.
I remember it was fine.
Anyway, thank you for joining us and listen to our fabulous pastime stories. And please subscribe, write us a comment, thumbs up, as in cheers, love in life. And remember, go towards your joy and do something fun every day. And drink some bubbly water.
Yeah, I know. We're hooked on this stuff. Hooked.
And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.